Met this guy online. Let's call him Daniel. We met on an online dating app. And to be honest with you, he seemed perfect. Tall, dark, handsome, what every girl wants, practically perfect in every way. The first date was amazing. He opened doors, he paid for everything. At one point, he even quoted poetry, which is so up my street, I can't even explain to you. He just seemed, dare I say it again, perfect. So we dated for a few months, and it wasn't casual either. This man was a full-on romantic. I'm talking, we're booking trips away, good morning texts. He's cooking me dinner in his apartment. Never once did anything seem sketchy. He always said that he was in finance. Which, yes, that is a bit vague, but I never questioned it. He'd say things like, I had a late client dinner, or I'm working late, or I'm catching up on paperwork, I'm taking a client out. Yeah, fine. Anyway, fast forward, I land a new job. It's an amazing opportunity in a boutique marketing firm. And my new boss is this polished, powerful, perfectly dressed woman named Eleanor Whitmore. That was her name in the email signature, and that went straight over my head at first. It wasn't until I'd actually landed the job, was in the office, and I heard somebody say her full name. And that's when it got me. Whitmore. What a weird coincidence. How funny, if I stay with Daniel, which obviously I'm hoping to, I will one day be a Whitmore, as that's his last name. This was honestly just meant to be. I was obviously meant to land in this job. It's the signs. The signs are all adding up. I didn't read the signs right. 3 weeks into the job, we have a big company works dinner. And in walks Eleanor, my boss, with her husband. I almost choked on my wine. It was Daniel, my Daniel. He walked in holding her hand like it was the most normal thing in the world. My boyfriend standing next to his wife, who also happens to be my boss. When he saw me, his face went pale. He mumbled something to Eleanor and excused himself from the table. And then 5 minutes later, I received a text saying, we need to talk. Please don't tell anybody. I didn't follow where he had gone to talk. I sat through the rest of dinner in shock. Every bite of risotto just tasted like betrayal. I smiled. I nodded. I even made polite conversation, but internally my whole life was burning to the ground. As you can imagine, I had a completely sleepless night. I didn't hear any more from him, I'm guessing because Alina was back with him now. He couldn't risk messaging me again. And then the next morning came. I walked into Eleanor's office, shut the door behind me and said to her, I think there's something you deserve to know. I told her everything. Not out of pettiness. Okay, maybe 20% out of pettiness. But mostly because she deserved to know. I told her how we met. I showed her the messages, the pictures, even the Spotify playlist that he made called Us. She sat there perfectly still until I finished. And then she said something that honestly terrified me to my core, and I don't know why. She said, thank you. Now please leave my office and shut the door. I did exactly what she told me to do. And I don't know what was said in that house that night, but I do know this. He was gone from all social media within 24 hours. Eleanor took a personal leave for a week. And when she came back, she gave me a raise. A big one. It's been 2 weeks now and she's not even mentioned him to me since. And obviously I've not brought him up to her. But every time she walks past my desk, she gives me the smallest hint of a smile. Almost like an agreement between two women who refuse to be played. And so I thought that was the end of it. Myself and Eleanor now have this secret bond, this little unity, this unspoken trust. You know, we move on with our lives, we move on with our jobs, everything's fine again. Except it's not, because I literally just received a message from him.